So we got to do our grifter report. And tonight, the first star is Alex Jones. Alex Jones, ladies and gents, a frequent flyer here on a frequent guest here on the Grifter Report, put out today, breaking exclusive. FBI Director Kash to be fired by Trump today, according to multiple high-level intel and sources, including the gay frogs. They are so pissed off at Trump, and Trump's got to clear Kash out because Kash, he's just one of them, you know. We thought he was good, but he's not. Along with his grifter buddy, Kyle Seraphin. This dude is always wrong about everything. If anybody believes, trust me, bro, Kyle Seraphin anymore, God bless you, but you need an exorcism, okay? Like, this guy is one of the biggest idiots, and Alex constantly puts him on and blows up his stuff. But I got to tell you, you know what didn't happen today, guys? Kash Patel wasn't fired today. Whoa, big surprise. It didn't happen. I don't watch Alex, so I don't know what his excuse is, but this is just insane. I used to like Alex Jones. I used to enjoy his show. I think he did some good work back in the day, but my God, at this point, he's a total hack, and it's time to put Alex Jones to bed. How do people still trust this guy? This is outright exclusive, called the shot, and then airballed. I mean, it's as pathetic as it gets. This is like if Babe Ruth, when he called his home run ball and he pointed out there, if he struck out like, or pop flied behind to the catch. But this popped up today. Now, I have not had time to verify or validate this, but I'm going to read it anyways because it makes sense. And we'll find out over time if it's true. But this post from this Pete Santilli says Alex Jones is activated to go off the rails on Trump because he's compromised. Here's one powerful way he's controlled through blackmail. Rob Dew is reportedly really good at that. Sources reportedly have blackmail material on Alex Jones. It's been said by people like Rob Jacobson, Alex likes and sexually harasses young skinny men. Why does Alex insist on having Nick Fuentes on his show? I've asked that question a lot. Where's Alexander these days? That was the pedophile friend of Nick Fuentes, one of his best friends. Why did Rob Jacobson allege sexual harassment charges against Jones and the matter was settled? Are Alex Jones' ex-wives fully aware of his alleged bisexual fetishes? Legal note, if Alex Jones wants to sue me for making these blackmail concerns public, which he won't because he knows I've recorded everything for years, I welcome it. He's not the only truth teller with really good inside sources. Listen, I don't know if this is true. I don't know at all. Alex doesn't seem like the type. But then again, when you've been in that world and you've gone down some deep, dark holes, you can get into some weird stuff. And sometimes it breaks your brain. Who knows? But this is a pretty big call out. And it's a pretty huge allegation. And you would think, like Trump, whenever he gets an allegation that's crazy like this, he sues people and they always fold. Well, I would like to see what happens with this. If Alex is going to sue or because this is pretty crazy, but I tell you, it would make 100% sense of why Alex, who was, I think, mostly good for a long time, has all of a sudden lost his ever-loving mind in regards to Trump. So, and it has been going on for a little while too. So this would make a lot of sense, but we'll see. We'll see, but I had to share it because I did think it was interesting, and I thought it was just credible enough to at least mention. All right, grifter number 2 we got to catch up with is the one and only Candace Owens. This is crazy. So, you guys, last night, I caught her at the perfect screenshot right there. So yesterday at the Easter lunch, Trump had Erica Kirk there. I know, man, I tell you what, I get the most crap for these segments on Candace. After all the stuff I cover and all the controversial stuff I say and talk about, I never catch more crap than when I call out Candace Owens over Charlie Kirk stuff and Erica Kirk stuff. It's like there is seriously a rot in people's brains over this stuff. Because I've clearly said, I don't think Tyler Robinson acted alone. I think there's definitely a conspiracy there that's larger. But I also think everything Candace has said has been 90 to 95% nonsense. And most of we've proven most of it. And she's just not trustworthy. She is grifting off of it with your views and your money. And she's laughing all the way to the bank. She is a total fraud and liar. And listen, I think Erica Kirk is likely innocent. Is there some weird stuff in her past? Sure. But there always is with people in places of power. Always. You can always make weird associations. So until I see some smoking gun evidence, I'm just not going to go down that road. Erica Kirk and her husband did more for our country than everybody here combined by helping Trump get elected. So I'm going to stay on Erica Kirk's side until something like smoking gun comes out. In the meanwhile, I'll believe that the powers that be, City of London types, dark people in dark places, completely wanted Charlie out of the scene. And so they took him out. And I don't know if they used Mossad. I don't care. It doesn't matter because I know who's above Mossad. And I know they definitely were the ones behind it, one way or the other. Even if that means they just MK Ultra'd this Tyler Robinson kid. But here's the deal. I don't care enough to go into it because that's not going to change the elections going forward. That's not going to change my life or America's life. I'll let this one's for other people to go down the rabbit hole of. It's not mine. I don't want it. I mean, I'm interested, but as far as winning going forward, this is just not where I'm going to go. So I'm saying that to all the people who are going to give me crap over the segment, but I don't care. But I'm putting my piece out there so you guys all understand why I'm not doing 3 hours trying to deep dive rabbit holes on this. That lead ultimately to nowhere. And so I have to make up stuff to keep a show going. No, I'm talking about real news. And I'm calling out those who are taking advantage of the loss of life of one of the most important people in our movement. And who, because he's gone, all the grifters can now feed disgustingly on his corpse. But so Trump yesterday calls out Erica and says, Erica, you need to sue all these people for saying this crazy stuff to you. And Candace, in response to that, is calling Trump fully Jewish now. We want to know who killed Charlie. So could you park aside the lawyers, get information for us? No, you can't do that. Yeah, I mean, honestly, anybody who thinks that they're not actively trying to do what's behind the scenes, I just think it goes so far up that it's one of those things that has to take time to unwind. And Trump's got fish to fry, and it all leads to the top, the City of London, and he's working on that the cabal. So ultimately, it leads there. But do we need to know that stuff right now? No, doesn't matter. But what's so funny about this, and that Candace knows, because she's not, she's stupid, but she's not stupid. You know what I mean? She's clever. And if she watched Erica get called out by Trump, she also would have seen a couple minutes later where Trump outright preached the gospel of Jesus Christ, which you just don't do if you're Jewish. I'm sorry. Jews don't like Jesus. They don't. They think he was a fraud, and they think he ruined their religion. So you don't go down that road if you're Jewish. So this stuff is just so nonsensical. And then loading. Candace has the audacity to say that she's being biased and throttled because of what she's saying. This is the woman who brags regularly about being the #1 podcast in the world, and YouTube is sending her millions of viewers. There is nobody throttling Candace Owens at all. But she's always got to play the victim because she wants everybody to believe. That's part of the grift. Poor me, I'm telling the truth so much, because we're in a society, in a time where if you are telling the truth, you usually are oppressed. And so if Candace isn't being oppressed, well, then she's obviously not telling the truth. But, you know, with her husband, with this $250 million and all of her money she's making off this, the millions of dollars she's getting every month for her videos, she's so oppressed. And she has to make sure you know it so that it can validate her. But we can see what's happening. It's like, we're not stupid. Some of the people who watch her are, but we're not. But, you know, if you don't believe me that Candace is lying, how about some of her own words from the Candace Owens show in the early days? Very excited that somebody found this clip.
You did this horrible thing.
I know, I told the truth.
You told the truth.
Oh,
and
gosh.
the rule number one on the internet, if you want to survive, is to never tell the truth. You did this horrible thing.
Wait, what?
I know,
if you want to survive, is to never tell the truth.
If you want to survive on the internet, you never tell the truth. That's an interesting thing to say. I've honestly, even if you're joking, I've never heard somebody say that before. I've never heard somebody joke about that before. It's a weird thing, don't you think? I mean, whether she was serious or not, the fact that that's even in her brain, I don't know. I have a feeling that Candace, over all these years watching how her career's unfolded, she definitely believes this. So, but it's been fun watching Candace's career implode. As this goes on, it's only going to get worse for her. Her views were already down about 30-40% before she launched this new Erica Kirk special she did that like rejuvenated her temporarily. But people are starting to get onto the grift. And Tim Pool, I love Tim. He's one of the ones who is just getting more and more pissed off about it. He cannot stand what Candace is doing.
Candace Owens has now called for the acquittal of Tyler Robinson, which I'm pretty sure she did already before, but now everyone's going after her because she made a thumbnail that said, if the bullet does not fit, you must acquit. The story, of course, is that a court filing from the defense says that the ATF was unable to identify the bullet to the rifle. Now, of course, this is due to the fact that it was a bullet jacket fragment and they did not have a complete bullet. Still an incredible stance for the defense. It's the appropriate move, and I commend them.
I commend them. Tim has been going after Candace for a while. I played the clips. I even did videos on Tim crashing out over her. But the point is that anybody who's got even a smidgen of honesty now in the media is calling out Candace. She's lost most of her friends, which tells you a lot about the people that are trekking with her. And so anyways, that's Candace. It's not looking good. Now, a couple last things here. This Alex Dugin keeps coming up, and I'm going to be doing a deep dive on him on one of my members' live soon. But he keeps coming up, and now even we've already had Candace, Tucker, Alex Jones connected to him, and now Jack Posobiec. Somebody found on webarchive.org, which archives every picture, every page ever loaded on the internet ever. Somebody found a bunch of Jack Posobiec's old posts reading Alexander Dugin. Look what a baby he was back then. But here he is quoting him. France should be encouraged to form a Franco-German bloc with Germany. Create political shocks within Turkey by employing him. Dugin, 1997. He's just sharing this book. Ukraine should be annexed by Russia. Dugin. I just, I don't know about you guys, but I don't like to read books by evil people. And even if I was doing it just to study, I want to be out there quoting it and bragging about it. So I don't know. This stuff's weird. There is a theory out there, Posobiec's basically groomed by Steve Bannon. There's a theory out there that Jack Posobiec is the one who they want to replace Charlie Kirk with. It'll never happen because Jack Posobiec has as much charisma as a block of wood. And he also says really dumb stuff like Lord of the Rings is pagan. It's just nonsense, which he should know better as a supposedly practicing Catholic. Anyways, but just interesting stuff. Watching Dugin keep popping up among all the grifters. And then to finish, Tucker. Oh, Tucker. Well, Tucker has now done
in part
what I predicted would happen. Remember the first one we saw was Cernovich trying to crawl back into Trump's good graces, trying to crawl back to MAGA because they went too far. Well, now Tucker is doing it. First of all, he mischaracterizes Trump's speech by calling it the end of a global American empire. I felt like it was the exact opposite. It was declaring us not empire per se, but basically our power and superiority and our sovereignty, which I guess you could make the case that's not calling us the empire, but that's definitely not the point of Trump's speech. So he mischaracterizes that, but then he does this. There's turbulence ahead, but long term, it's a huge win for the United States. Now, I could tell you guys, as somebody who's been in marketing, this is a narrative switch. This is trying to frame things positively. This guy has been crashing out over everything Trump's been doing now for the last month. And now that the Iran war looks like it's going to go the right way, he's trying to find his way back in. And this is how he starts. By painting a hopeful picture that, we are trending in the right direction. You see what he's doing here? I predicted this would happen. I'm kind of shocked Tucker was one of the first ones to do it. But just watch. We're going to see more of them. As Trump wins and they realize they didn't change MAGA at all, they weren't able to hurt MAGA at all, they're going to be crashing out more and start coming back. So keep your eyes open for that. But for now, that's a grifter report for tonight, guys. Keeping you up to date on Fagaland and how it's going down.